What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ralphie. I'm coming back to y'all with another For Honor video. So today we're actually going to be talking about the Centurion and actually the perfect build, so therefore you can actually use your character effectively. So first we're going to start off with the helmet, of course. Now the build that I actually chose was defense and exhaustion recovery. The reason why is because you always need defense. And exhaustion recovery is because he does the unlimited combo spam, and everybody does it if you're using the Centurion. Anytime that you do run out of stamina, or either you're facing a shinobi and you get your stamina drained, you want to make sure you have that exhaustion recovery, so therefore you can get your stamina back fast. Debuff, you don't really need that, so I just take all negative on that one. Next we're gonna go to the chest piece. Like I said, you always want to go for defense. And this one is kind of like 50-50 with. But as far as my personal preference, I chose revenge mode defense. The reason why is because typically the Centurion actually does not have a lot of health. He actually has the second lowest health in the game. So the reason why I went with revenge mode defense is because I play a lot of Dominion, and people tend to gangbang a lot in Dominion. So typically anytime you do get your revenge and you do activate it, I do need that extra defense, because honestly your revenge mode defense then takes over and replaces your defensive stat. That is correct. So yeah, anytime you hit your revenge and you activate it, your defensive stack that you see right there, that's +6, that gets nullified. And what will happen is that your 16.6% will actually go into effect, and that will be your new defensive rating. And anytime that I do pop revenge, I can usually kill my opponent, but I typically want to stay alive as long as possible, just due to the gay banging. Revenge mode duration, that's pretty good as well. Let's say for instance you want to go for a all revenge build, then what I recommend, you go negative on the defense, because you honestly don't need it if you plan on going revenge every time, especially if you play a lot of Dominion. That's all they do. So yeah, it wouldn't hurt to go negative on defense and then plus on revenge mode defense and also mode duration, just so it can last as long as possible. Alright, next is the arms. I went with plus on everything. The reason why is because you always need defense. I wanted stamina cost reduction as well, because he does the unlimited spam combo, meaning that you're going to need as much stamina as possible if you're doing that combo, just so you can do it about 6 to 7 times in increment, so therefore you can still have all of your stamina at the end. Now stamina regen is how fast you use your stamina. Basically, let's say for instance you're still in green. Once you still have stamina left and you can still see a little bit of green, your stamina regen is, the higher that is, the faster your stamina regen back to full. Now if you completely blow your stamina and it's a white bar, your screen is black and white, then that means that's when exhaustion recovery pops into place. So there's a couple of different statistics that you can go through. Like I said, if you're doing a revenge build, then keep in mind that you don't need defense, because remember, your revenge stats take over once you hit in revenge. So basically, if you want to do a revenge build, you want to keep all stamina, and then all stamina on both. I recommend if you can find a gear piece with more stamina cost reduction, that'll be better. Only because you're going to be attacking a lot with the Centurion, so therefore it's best to use reduction. Now regen is perfect for someone like Shinobi, who kind of just plays around the kick. Alright, next we have the sword, the actual blade. Now this one is actually very hard to find the actual gear piece that I actually wanted. You do not want to go with what I have selected here. This build that I have right now for this blade is simply for the max attack. Because if I hit you, I want it to actually hurt and not actually just tickle you. So you actually have a few different routes to go. Block damage, that's basically like chip damage. Let's say for instance someone blocks your attack but doesn't parry it, you still do a little bit of damage. That's what block damage is for. So the higher that is, the more chip damage you do, which is completely useless. Who wants to actually live off of chip damage? What you want to use is defensive penetration. The reason why is because it makes your attack more effective to someone who actually has a lower gear score than you. That's actually what I was told, so please don't hold me to that. If I am wrong, please comment below and just let me know the update, so therefore I can get the video updated. But from what I was told, defensive penetration is how you exploit the other person's gear score. So basically, anytime that you attack them, the defensive penetration will actually do more damage depending on where their gear stat is and also where your gear stat is. So I would say, as far as a recommendation, attack and defense penetration is definitely the way to go. But if you wanted a max attack build and you're okay with just having chip damage, then this is not a bad idea because you do get the max attack. Alright, next, I guess you can call this the handle. Yeah, you can call this the actual handle. This, and also this is the actual Epic Gear as well. That's the blade. And here's one of the actual Epic handles. Alright, so we got that one and this one. So for the build that you want to go for this one, especially if you're playing a lot of 4v4s, this is situational. Me, being that I play usually with my friends, I usually go for revive speed, honestly. Because we play very tactful. And being that we play very tactical, typically, you know, those revives can actually clutch. Now, if you're more of a 1v1 player, I recommend you go all attack and execution health regen. I mean that once you execute somebody, the more health you get back from when you execute somebody. That's basically execution health regen. Now, in addition to that though, here's the thing. Again, this will actually get you the max attack build. And me, I go all for attack. I don't really need execution health regen because you have a feat for the Centurion, meaning that you get more health and stamina after each time you kill somebody. So I kind of use that instead of actually using health regen, and that's what a lot of people tend to do as well. Like some people who go negative on revive speed typically already have a feat that can actually speed up those revives, so therefore they don't need to go for revive speed typically for the handle. Now for me, like I said, if I hit you, I want it to actually hurt and not just tickle you, so I go for the max attack and I go for revive speed because I used to play with my friends. Next, the final last piece, I guess you can call this the ornament and the guard for the actual sword. Again, I typically go for the actual max attack. And max attack for this one is actually 8.1, and this is also the Epic Star Gear as well. It's pretty cool with actually the double horses on both sides. As far as explaining these stats, remember, as you can see, revenge mode attack typically is, you know, once you activate your revenge, and that's when your attack stats takes over. Now the reason why I went negative on this one is because anytime that you go to revenge, I usually only do that so therefore I can stay alive because I'm getting gangbang. And you know, that's typically gay because keep in mind though, you really want max attack so therefore you can get someone as low as possible. And then if you get someone as low as possible, you got your defensive revenge build. So it's kind of like a plan B. Typically I don't usually go to plan B. I usually kill my opponent in one. But that's why I actually go for the revenge defensive build and then the attack, you know, neutral build. You know, as far as like a normal day-to-day person, as far as running around killing people, I just want all attack. I wanted to actually hurt you, and then if you actually end up killing me, I want to be able to go to my range and have all defensive stats, so therefore I can outplay you, basically. And also revenge gain. If you're getting gangbang, I definitely recommend this at all times. Meaning that, you know, the more you get gangbang, the more you're dodging and more parrying and more you're blocking. You can get revenge in maybe about 3 to 4 hits if you get gangbanged by 3 other people. And yeah, that's just it. That's just the perfect Centurion build that I think as far as what you can actually do for him. It's more of an attack build. So I can stay alive and actually hurt somebody with the spam combo, and I have my exhaustion recovery in case I do blow my stamina. But I also have, you know, neutral stats as far as stamina cost reduction. And like I said, if I do end up losing my actual fight, that's why I actually have the defensive revenge build, so that if I can, you know, give myself a plan B and actually still win the actual fight. Another thing is as well, you can actually go for a higher defense on the helmet if you wanted to lower your exhaustion recovery. That's give and take. I recommend, you know, for me, just exhaustion recovery, so that I can get my stamina back as soon as possible, because I'm really aggressive. I'm sorry about that. And yeah, that's just about it. Other than that, yeah, that's just the perfect Centurion build. Remember, if you guys have any questions, just comment below. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and, you know, share. And also, you know, send me messages of what I should do next. Deuces.